Hello, everybody, and welcome to Calvert Hall High School here in Towson, Maryland. I am Julian alongside Nathan Heinlein for Gilman Varsity Basketball once again, this time between the Hounds and the Cardinals. And Nathan, it was exciting on Friday night for Silent Night. Didn't turn out the Greyhounds' way, but it certainly is just always fun when we're out here.
You know, there was certainly a nice amount of a build-up to that game. People were really excited. You know, you saw it in the fans. They were all pumped to be there.
Yeah.
And you saw that spill over to the court a little bit too much. We got a technical for that.
Yes.
During the game. So there was a lot of excitement for that game. It was good throughout, I thought. The game remained pretty close till the end there. They started getting away, and BL came out winning that game. So not the ending Gilman would have wanted, but, you know, they had to be happy with their performance.
But a shining star for Gilman, of course, would be Jalen Rucker, number 3, tallying 18 points for the Greyhounds. He is so fantastic offensively, really especially.
Yeah, no, he puts up a considerable amount of points, and he can score all over. He can score outside, inside, down low. It doesn't really matter. He's really hard to stop, and he's a really good key young piece for this Gilman offense. And
we're glad to have you here on Greyhound TV on this Monday night. And we had a very exciting fresh soft game before this one. Wasn't that great?
I was about to bring that up. Yeah, it was a great fresh soft game. I hope this varsity game will be as close. It went into double overtime. Gilman came out short by, I think 2 points. Yeah. The score of 62-60. It was a great game. So if you know any of the fresh soft guys, give them a pat on the back. Well done by the entire group, and hopefully this game will live up to that kind of high standards that one set.
It's a little bit rainy out tonight, but it's certainly fine right here in the arena, and we are glad to be here with you on Greyhound TV. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Greyhound_TV for all the latest updates about Greyhound TV and all of the athletic events for Gilman that will be streamed live. We'll take you down to the court now as Gilman has had their starters introduced. Most of you probably know them, and we'll send it down to the Cardinals side of the court. Here is Justin Lewis, number 13, 6'7" freshman.
Number 4, Logan Curtis.
Here's Logan Curtis, number 4.
At 4, a 6'5" junior. Number 20, Peter Ilardo. At guard, a 6'4" junior, the captain. Number 10, he is Rende Adams.
Brendan Adams, the 6'4" junior guard.
5'10" senior. Number 1,
And here's Deontay Dowdy. And those are your starters for Calvert Hall. Your starters for Gilman are Brandon Madison, Jalen Rucker, Donald Duncan, Drew Ehrlich, and Kieran Sandy.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats as we honor America and celebrate.
Now we'll send it down to the court for the national anthem.
Here to perform tonight's national anthem is Calvert Hall Junior Grand Shepherd.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed. And the rockets rang there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Fantastic rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner right there. I wonder if he does club baseball games too. I'd love to get such a nice rendition out there when I play. So good job by him. Well done.
No, that was fantastic as we are ready for basketball here at Calvert Hall. And Nathan, when you want to talk about big performers and big performances, you can't leave out Friday, Drew Ehrlich.
Oh my goodness, yeah. We got a little excited on air talking about how many threes he made. It was just constantly. It's almost like he just got the trajectory down and just kept hitting him from right there. He was hot in that corner. We'll see if he remains hot in this game.
It really was pouring threes for Drew Ehrlich. His favorite corner was the near side corner. It just came coming down constantly against BL. Unfortunately, Gilman not able to pull out the win. At the tip here for Gilman is Kieran Sandy. And we are underway. Sandy wins the tip, and Donald Duncan gets it. Now Brandon Madison on the far side, kicks it back to Duncan. Now Jalen Rucker, who had 18 points against BL this past Friday. Ehrlich looking for somewhere to go. They go to Donald Duncan, who drives in the paint and at the edge gives it back to Brandon Madison. Madison going up, and he cannot get it to fall. It bounces around off the rim and into the hands of a Cardinal. Here's number 4, Logan Curtis. Now they go to the top of the arc, near side now. Good ball movement here. Work inside, now trying to get to the paint, and he does, and it goes through. 2 points for Justin Lewis.
I thought Gilman came off pretty fast in the opening tip, not able to get anything done. Calvert Hall goes up by 2. Let's see how Gilman responds here.
Ehrlich now to Brandon Madison. Far side, Donald Duncan steps back and takes the shot. No good, just a little bit long. Now they go way down court, a great pass, and it's going to go for 2. Number 10 puts it right through. That's Brendan Adams.
You might want to consider trying after quarterback. That was a nice throw down the court.
That certainly was. Put up by Jalen Rucker, and Rucker cannot get it to go. It goes out of bounds, but Gilman will maintain possession.
Looks like Gilman's going to take a timeout here, trying to get their troops in order, is Coach Owen Daly.
Gilman timeout. It is a 30-second timeout.
I'm calling a timeout so early here, Julian. I guess Gilman kind of got confused as the game went underway.
Well, it looked like perhaps, Nathan, some of the players were taking just too quick of shots. They weren't building up offensive possessions. They were getting a little bit too antsy, and that's not something you want to do when you're especially starting a game.
Yeah, you want to get all the nerves out, so I guess a good job by Coach Owen Daly calling the timeout there, getting everyone back on the same page and back to running this offense.
Now inbounding the ball for Gilman will be Drew Ehrlich on the left side of the court. And he gets it into Jalen Rucker. Rucker now slows it down and steps to the top of the arc. Now he drives inside and in the paint. He puts it up. Cannot get it to fall. Rebounded by Sandy briefly, but falls into the arms of a Cardinal, and it's taken back the other way. Now they're going to go for the 3. Calvert Hall will. It bounces in and out. Trying again now. They're going to take another stab at it. No good. Off the back of the rim, the second offensive rebound finally goes.
Gilman just unable to get any rebounds there. I mean, if you give him about 2 tries to take a 3 and then another try to lay it up in, Calvert Hall is certainly going to find it that easy to score.
Now they go inside, Gilman does. Jalen Rucker driving back inside the paint, gives it off to Brandon Madison, but the offensive foul is called, the charge against Gilman.
And looks like he's a little bit shaken up there. I think that is Jalen Rucker. A little bit slow to get up.
And that's just a testament, perhaps, Nathan, to the antsiness of this Gilman team starting off here today. Just a little bit too aggressive, not thinking enough. That's what can happen when you call a charge like that.
Yeah, but he went up strong, and coaches will tell you to do that just a little bit too strong as he kind of bulldozed the Calvert Hall player, and they'll call that every time.
Mike Willis in the game, number 0 for Gilman. Standing on defense at the top of the arc. Now a lob inside, trying to go for the alley-oop. Cannot get it. Goes out of bounds off of the Cardinals. It'll go to Gilman.
It's pretty ambitious trying for an alley-oop, especially this early, and they've clearly practiced it. He knew what to do, just a little bit off timing. And those alley-oops, Julian, they take so much timing.
Donald Duncan at the edge of the Cardinals logo steps inside now. Ehrlich, the senior, passes far side. Kieran Sandy looking for somewhere to go. He does. Brandon Madison under the hoop, gives it off. Donald Duncan driving in the paint, has a lane, puts it up, and he scores the first points of the night for the Greyhounds. Donald Duncan for 2.
Brandon Madison might have stepped out there. A lot of Calvert Hall players alluded to that, but if he didn't, good job tight-roping that sideline, making a good pass.
Now a shot for 3 is good for Logan Curtis of the Cardinals. 9-2 is your score here with 5:22 to go in the first quarter. Brandon Madison stepping back, gives it off Mike Willis. Now Sandy, back to Ehrlich. They work it back to Donald Duncan now. Duncan directing traffic, stepping back towards midcourt.
Good ball moving so far.
Shot clock down to 10. Madison trying to drive, thinking about it, stepping back. Donald Duncan thought about a 3, hesitates, goes to the bucket, gives it off Sandy, and they get it to fall.
One thing about that drive was patience. They passed it around, waited for someone to get open, and then as soon as someone did, they found the open man and got those easy too.
Here's the mid-range jumper, no good. Cannot get it to fall. That was number 10, Brendan Adams on the try. Now Brandon Madison gives it off to Donald Duncan. Duncan spins and tries to give it off, and he does to Kieran Sandy, who gets another bucket. Far side now for the Cardinals they go. Logan Curtis gives it off now Thought about a mid-range jumper. He spins and drives to the bucket. Cannot get it to fall. Justin Lewis getting a little bit greedy there, and there's the turnover. Now Brandon Madison with a wide open look for three and cannot get it to fall. Falls out of the hands of Mike Willis. It'll go to the way of the Cardinals.
That was a good shot selection, but he didn't have his big man down there, Julian. Kieran Sandy was on the ground, laying on Calvert Hall's side of the court, unable to get down there to get that rebound. And, it's risky taking up threes when you have no one down there to rebound it.
Number 22, Cameron Briggs, will inbound it for Calvert Hall, and he does, over to Deontay Dowdy. Dowdy guarded by Mike Willis now, thinking about where he wants to go. Gives it off now. Here's Briggs. Working to the top of the arc. They're looking for three, and it will not fall. Logan Curtis going for it, but it falls right back into the hands of the Cardinals. Near side thought about a three. Now the drive inside the paint. Puts it up and gets the two. Number 10, Brendan Adams.
And if Gilman's had a bugaboo all season, that's it. Just unable to get many rebounds. That's just because they don't have the side advantage down there, Julian. They always seem like the other players have at least an inch or two over them.
Brandon Madison gives it to Drew Ehrlich, who's looking for three, and he cannot get it to fall. The Cardinals right there for the rebound. Deontay Dowdy now passes inside, going for the mid-range jumper, and not getting it there was number 14, Montez McNeil, but the Cardinals maintain possession. Now here's the drive on Mike Willis. They kick it out. Briggs near side. Briggs now drives himself. Goes far side for the three, and he gets it to fall. Deontay Dowdy.
And for Calvert Hall, that was another instance of great ball movement, working around. And number one had an open three, and he sank it.
Now here's Donald Duncan, who has it poked away, but Gilman will maintain possession as it went out off of Deontay Dowdy.
Looks like Jalen Rucker will check back in. Now he's subbing out with Drew Ehrlich. Good to see he's all right. A key piece that Gilman did not want to lose this early.
14-6 your score with 2:57 to go in the first quarter here on Greyhound TV. I am Julian Barron, alongside Nathan Heinlein and our fantastic production crew. Jalen Rucker stepping closer to the arc, kicks it back out now. Now he gives it off Donald Duncan. Duncan putting a move on, driving inside, and Duncan aggressively going to the basket. Gilman will maintain possession as it goes out of bounds. Willis on to rebound. On to inbound.
Gilman here, again, trying to set up their inbounding play here. It's been successful so far at getting him some points.
Here's Jalen Rucker looking for the mid-range shot. It bounces out and into the hands of Briggs. Briggs guarded by Mike Willis, who goes speedily down the court. Work it near side now, looking for a three. He cannot get it to fall. Number 21, Vincent Adofina on the try. Jalen Rucker falls down but gets it off Kieran Sandy, who gets up, hands it off now. Donald Duncan with it on the near side, and Donald Duncan gets it for three.
Good shot by Jalen Rucker, slipping and falling to the ground, but not getting nervous, still making a good pass and finding an open Greyhound for three. Good job working it with there.
Cardinals looking to respond. They give it off Briggs, looking for the mid-range jumper, and that's no good. Rebounded by Jalen Rucker. Rucker now with it. Steps inside the line. Now to Donald Duncan. Bounce pass over to Mike Willis, gives it back to Duncan. Looking for a screen. Donald Duncan's going to take the long two, and he gets it to fall.
Can't let him get open beyond the arc, Julian. He just hit him again with another deep shot, and they need to respect his deep ball.
Adofina gives it off far side now, looking for a long-range three. Cannot get it. Bounces high into the air. Rebounded by the tall man, Kieran Sandy. That's what'll do for your team, Nathan.
Yeah, big guy up there, and when you get the rebound, it gives you many more shots. And the more shots you have, the more points you can put up on the board.
Here comes Dowdy putting it up and in. 16-11 with 1:23 to go in the first quarter. Donald Duncan, the senior, now bringing it down the court for Gilman. Stepping over the Cardinals logo, he gives it off to Brandon Madison. Madison guarded by Adofina. Now to Mike Willis. Willis thought about a three, then steps back. Here's Donald Duncan. Duncan pulling it over a Calvert Hall Cardinal and going for the shot. Cannot get it to fall. The Cardinals, a long-range pass over to Deontay Dowdy, who steps back and tries the three. No good. It bounced out. Adofina there for the offensive rebound. Goes out of bounds, but off of a Greyhound.
And a great shot selection by Dowdy, and it looked good, but just wiggled around there on the rim and fell out. Unfortunate, because it looks like such a clean play, and you almost thought it was going to go in. Calvert Hall has been really successful in finding open men for three, Julian, and that's why they're leading here today.
And unfortunately, Nathan, on that play off the fast break, nobody was there for Gilman off the miss. Adofina was right there for the Cardinals. Here's another three. This one finally goes through. That's Brendan Adams.
Looks like we'll see Charlie Darby in here for Kieran Sandy on the Gilman side. Excuse me, Will Harris for Kieran Sandy, and I think Darby for Jalen Rucker.
Stepping back is Donald Duncan. Now he drives. Donald Duncan using the speed, kicking it out. Darby thought about a three. Here's the drive by Jalen Rucker, who puts it up. He is interfered with, and he'll head to the line.
Excuse me, I think it's Brandon Madison that Darby's in for, and then I believe Will Harris for Kieran Sandy. Correction there. Jalen Rucker's still in the game, as well as Donald Duncan. I got confused.
It's tough to keep track of.
I corrected myself, and I was wrong again. That's what you call 0 for 2, Julian. Good thing I hit it on third one. That's why they give you 3 strikes.
25 seconds until we end the first quarter.
Yep.
19-11 your score. Here's Jalen Rucker. The first of 2 is good. 19-12 now. Of course, we're all looking forward to the spring season here at Gilman School, and I think nobody more than myself and Nathan. It's going to be very exciting for the baseball season.
Mm-hmm. And we also have Hap Conover joining us in the booth. That's always a fun time when us 3 guys get up there.
And we'll have all the information for you about our spring schedule coming up soon, so keep track of that at greyhoundtv.org and go over to the schedule page. 19-13, 6 points differentiating these two teams.
They're just looking to get the last shot here, Julian.
Here's the screen. He tries to drive, now steps back. Wide open man on the near side. Briggs driving now. Thought about a mid-range jumper, and there's the travel issued against Montez McNeil, and it'll be Gilman's ball.
Yeah, Gilman's just going to try to set up a prayer, get someone near the half-court line.
Here comes Jalen Rucker trying for the long shot to get it to go. He puts it up, and it's denied, but a travel is called against Jalen Rucker with about a second left in the first quarter.
And now here we will see the prayer.
A true prayer from across the court for Calvert Hall. They're just going to loft it up here, looking for the shot. Cannot go, but that was dangerously close.
Yeah, and that was not a bad try from, I guess, even farther in half court. So just impressive that he got it there so close to being on target. An impressive shot. Not going to fall in. Doesn't matter, though. They're up by I think 6 so far, 19-3 or 19-13. Excuse me. Calvert Hall is in the lead, and that's just because I think they've been so successful with 3 games so far, getting rebounds. That stuff will add up, Julian, and that's why they're leading so far. You get more opportunities to shoot. You make more of your your 3-point shots, and that's how you end up with a lead here.
And Nathan, we've seen Gilman in situations like this before. They've been down early, and that's happened quite often. But what do you think Mr. Owen Daly of the Greyhounds is telling his team right now with them down by a recoverable margin?
Yeah, so you're in an away court, so just kind of get everyone to calm down. A little bit nervous, a little bit unsure, not in friendly quarters right now. So make sure everyone's on the same page. Do your assignments. Nothing's really that bad. It's still pretty close right here. He can't be upset with him. Only down 6. Just kind of stick with it, stick to the game plan, and keep plugging and chugging, and things will start turning your way. Just do your assignment.
And there's a lot to be said about that ideology of just sort of do your job. And that's preached by Bill Belichick up in New England. And, of course, they're going back to the Super Bowl this year, as they've done so many times over the past decade or so. So there's really something to be said about that. Doing your job, executing really is half the battle.
Yeah, if everyone does their job, Jordan, you can't lose. If everyone's doing the exact assignment they were set out to do, that's all you can ask for a player. And, if they're just flat out better than you, that's not your fault. That's a GM's fault.
Exactly. As long as you're executing on the court. Now, that really is just key. And it's key to really every sport, Nathan.
Yeah. All technicalities, Julian. In baseball, they say fundamentals, Get your glove down, make the correct throw, crow hop, hit your cutoff man, stuff like that. Get too into baseball, Julian.
It's coming up soon.
Season. Yeah,
it's coming up soon.
Got to get ready for that. That's my bread and butter. Love talking about baseball.
We will soon enough, as driving to the basket and kicking it out near side. Here's Dowdy looking for a mid-range 2, and he will not get it. Here's the fight for it. They're going to call the foul. It's going to be a Calvert Hall inbound off the foul by the Greyhounds.
The tough part about subbing Kieran Sandy out is, again, Gilman loses whatever height advantage they have. Will Harris is a good player, but he's just not that tall. It's tough to get the rebounds for him.
There's Brendan Adams for 2 off the glass. 21-13 with 7:40 to go in the second quarter. Jalen Rucker near side they go. Mike Willis now looking to drive. Spins around and gives it off. Charlie Darby gets bumped. No foul called. Darby taking it from the charity stripe. Bounces high into the air. Off the rim twice. Rebounded by Jalen Rucker. Now Donald Duncan, the senior, going up for it, and he gets it to fall. A lot of contact, and he gets the 2.
Yeah, he's just so consistent inside, Julian. So reliable. I had counted him almost anywhere inside that box to make that shot.
Adams passes inside now to Justin Lewis, who takes the mid-range jumper and gets it to fall. 12 23-15 with about 7 minutes to go in the second quarter here on Greyhound TV. Donald Duncan, the senior, passes to Mike Willis. Willis steps back and hands it right back to Duncan. Duncan now near side they go. Charlie Darby looking for the triple. This one is way overshot and falls into the arms of an awaiting Cardinal. Now here's the pass inside to Lewis. Looking to turn around on him. Pushing Mike Willis. Putting it up. He is fouled. He will go to the line for 2 off the foul committed by Mike Willis of the Greyhounds.
I don't think it was a bad foul by Mike Willis with a little help inside, just trying to get that ball out of the low post. And I thought he did a good job defending that. Just got a little bit too careless, swung an arm where he shouldn't have, and that'll draw the foul. But I thought it was a pretty good defense regardless.
You're right. That's not a bad foul. You've got a big guy like Justin Lewis coming in. 6'7" is number 13 of the Cardinals. So when you've got a situation like that, we talked about this last game, Nathan, it's important to issue good fouls.
Yeah. If you can stop a guy from getting 2 and putting him up to the charity strike, and you don't know if he's going to be able to make both of his foul shots, you might just save a point or 2.
Here's the second shot for Justin Lewis. Taking his time and not getting it, falling to Jalen Rucker. Now here comes Rucker down court. Signaling a man ahead of him. Greyhounds trying to set up their offense. Looking to get a pick. It falls into the hands of Kieran Sandy. A pass inside Mike Willis. A good recovery with 15 on the shot clock. Near side now, Jalen Rucker looking for the triple. No good. And now we have looks like they're going to hand this one over to the Cardinals, even though they got the offensive rebound. Or defensive, rather.
Yeah, Michael Willis is going to commit a careless foul right there, trying to get that jump ball, but it was clearly in the hands of a Calvert Hall player. Just need to show a little bit more restraint and know when the other player has gotten that rebound.
With about 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here's Dowdy. They go far side looking for the 3. This one will not fall. Kieran Sandy goes up to get it with those lanky arms of his. Jalen Rucker steps back now and takes his time. Madison now. Over to Rucker. Now they go near side. Madison at the top of the arc. Trying to put a move on. He steps inside at the edge of the paint. He kicks it out. Sandy looking for 3. And he gets it to fall. Kieran Sandy with 3 points.
And it's a huge advantage when your big man can go out and shoot a 3, Julian. That's something that you don't see very often. So Gilman's really fortunate to have a guy like Kieran Sandy who can play good down in the post and also knock one down from deep.
Here's Dowdy looking for somewhere to go with it, and he will get it to fall. That's Peter Ilardo. Ehrlich stepping back for Gilman. After Calvert Hall responded, almost intercepted. Brandon Madison will take the mid-range jumper, and it falls right through. Nothing but net for Brandon Madison.
And it was a good defensive play by number 1, but just, getting out of position there and leaving your guy wide open to take a shot. Not what you want.
Here's Dowdy, passes inside. Now the drive up by Ilardo is good. Another bucket for him.
Yeah, you got to start putting a body on that guy. He's probably the biggest guy on the court right now. Someone has to match up and stop him from getting that easy points down below.
Here's the pass to Brandon Madison. Madison putting it up with one hand. Cannot get it to fall. Ilardo there for the rebound. Here's the drive, and flipping it out, they're going to call a charge.
That's the right call. Drew Ehrlich squared his feet, took the charge well. They'll call that every time, especially if you can go down hard like that, like Drew Ehrlich did. Good job by him getting in position, planting his feet, and finishing off the charge.
So they thought for a second this was going to send a Gilman player to the line, but rather this will be an inbound. No, they're going to call this against Gilman.
I guess
here.
That's a defensive foul on Drew Ehrlich, which I don't necessarily agree with after I commended him on good job taking that charge, but I guess the ref saw something different.
That was sort of bizarre. It looked like they signaled the charge, and then they issued the foul against Gilman, and everybody was sort of confused about what was going on there. Now Ehrlich, crouching down, fakes the give-off, now to Jalen Rucker. Rucker taking it for 2. He gets it to fall. 27-22 your score. Only 5 points separate the Cardinals from the Greyhounds now, with 3:57 to go in the second quarter. Here's the pass far side to Logan Curtis. Now they go to number 10, Brendan Adams. Adams. Now here's Curtis looking for 2. It bounces straight off the line drive. Here's the rebound. He gets it to go. That's Curtis again. Madison kicks it out now. Beyond the arc. Ehrlich, the senior, passes to Kieran Sandy. Jalen Rucker stepping back towards the far side sideline. Here's the drive off of Curtis. Rucker puts it up, and it falls right through.
It's fantastic ball movement by Rucker, and great job. Using a little head fake right there to create some separation, getting an easy layup.
Here's Brendan Adams, passes inside to Alado. Now they go to Curtis, who thought about a 3, but then pulled it back. Looking for somewhere to go with it. They do to Curtis. Now Curtis drives inside. The pass near side, looking for the triple. That is way off the mark and no good for Adafina. Here's the second attempt for Calvert Hall, and it falls for Brendan Adams. 31-24 your score with about 2:45 to go in the second quarter. Here's Drew Ehrlich looking for 3. No good. We saw him do that so many times against BL as this ball briefly gets away from Logan Curtis.
Yeah, he's been a little bit off today, but I'm sure as the game goes on, he'll start to heat up. He's over 2 with 2 3-point attempts so far. Not exactly what he was looking for.
Here's the shot from long range, and that falls right through for Logan Curtis. He has been on fire tonight, Nathan.
Yeah, he's been raining it down from deep all night so far, and it's a big reason why they're up by 10 right now.
Now Brandon Madison has it poked away, but gets it back. Madison, now to Ehrlich. Ehrlich thought about a 3, gives it off to Kieran Sandy. Sandy stepping beyond the arc, now to Jalen Rucker. Rucker on the drive, kicks it up. 4-2, cannot get it to fall off the glass. And Ehrlich gets a hand on that ball, and they're going to say that one's going to go the other way now.
Yeah, it looks like he was just unable to get a hand on that ball, and that was a good thing because he saved himself a possession right there. He's in good position, not allowing the Calvert Hall player to make a play on that ball, kind of boxing him out and letting the ball go out of bounds. A good job by him on the defensive side.
It did look for a moment like perhaps his finger grazed that ball, but the official says no way as Gilman gets the ball right back.
Well, we can go to the GTV instant replay for that one, Julian.
We're working on it, Nathan. They go inside. Kieran Sandy cannot get it as he did, in fact, touch that ball, unlike Drew Ehrlich, and it'll go to the Cardinals.
There we go. That's all I'm asking. Once we install that instant replay feature, Julian, the crowd will really like that. Those at home will enjoy seeing those plays reviewed and rewind in slow motion. That'll have a nice little crisp edge to this broadcast.
Myself and the technical production team, spearheaded by John Ball, we're all working on that heading into the spring season.
I have high expectations.
As do I. The Cardinals trying to direct traffic and get a play going. Adams gives it off now far side to Adafina. Back to Adams. Loft inside the arc, now stepping back outside on the line. Adams again has it with 10 on the shot clock. Driving off of Donald Duncan, stepping back, trying for 2. He gets it to fall. A great physical play from Brandon Adams.
Yeah, there was almost nothing that Donald Duncan could do in that situation when the offensive player is just playing so smart, so heads up. A great job by him, hard to defend.
Donald Duncan the drive, and for a moment there, it looked like they called the charge.
Oh, looks like Duncan might have hit his head pretty bad there. Taking a moment to get up, gets up gingerly. Hopefully he's okay.
This is going to send Donald Duncan to the line, rather, so it's not a charge. It's the second time tonight we thought there was a charge, but in fact there was not a charge. This one called a foul against Calvert Hall, and Donald Duncan goes to the charity stripe for 2.
Number 4, Donald Duncan. Shoots 2.
That one no good. Working near side now. Here's Adams. Kicks it back. Spins. Great move by Brendan Adams. They pass inside to Adafina. Looking for somewhere to go. Here's Briggs who puts it up. Cannot get it to fall. Here comes Donald Duncan. Duncan going up for it. Cannot get it. Adams there for the rebound for Cardinals. Here's the bounce pass inside. A lot of options there. Alex Bauman in the game for the Greyhounds.
chewing some clock here, trying to get the last shot.
13 seconds left until halftime. 36-25 your score. Brendan Adams, guarded by Rucker, takes the three, and Adams gets it to fall. That's a nail in the coffin for the Greyhounds in the first half, as Jalen Rucker with a desperation heave that doesn't go. 39-25, the Cardinals have completely dominated this first half of play.
Yeah, and just really, there's really respectable if you're able to chew down the clock for so long, make a move, and then sink that three. Really impressive play. That's college level right there, Julian. And it was just really hard to cover for the Gilman team. I thought they did some things right in that first period, but Calvert Hall started walking away with it at the end. They were just scoring well in transition, doing all the things they needed to do. They were really technically sound, and Gilman's got to be able to kind of combat that going in. Need to throw them off their rocker a bit, try to make them a little bit uncomfortable with their zone play, and hopefully they can come back in the second period.
And now, heading into halftime, we will take a break here on Greyhound TV, so stay with us. We're going to bring you the full second half of action in just a few moments. We are back here on Greyhound TV. Here is Donald Duncan. Now Brendan Madison at the top of the arc, driving inside. Stepping back, can get out. Jalen Rucker looking for 3. He cannot get it to fall. Here's the rebound by Calvert Hall. They're working near side now. The drive. Now they kick it out looking for 3 potentially, but now right back inside the paint. They put it up. No good. Inbounded here by Drew Ehrlich over to Jalen Rucker. Rucker puts it up and cannot get it to fall.
Very fast pace since we come back from the break. It seems like it's fast break off a fast break.
That one goes out of bounds. Stay in this direction.
And it does tend to seem like as soon as players get a little bit of a break, like either before the game or as soon as they come back from halftime, they're really energetic and they're really running back and forth, and they slowly slow down a bit as they get a little bit more tired.
Here's the inbound. He goes up for it, and he gets it to fall.
Is good for
Justin Lewis on the bucket there for Calvert Hall with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Donald Duncan now looking for the screen. He kicks it out now. Brandon Madison on the near side. Donald Duncan. Duncan driving and putting it up. Negating it off the travel. And this will go over to Calvert Hall. Here's the pass inside, looking for a lane to drive, and he does. After a Greyhound falls over, Kieran Sandy reels it in.
We're trying to get that charge called, just not enough contact to incident that foul.
Jalen Rucker putting it up and getting it to go for 2. Deontay Dowdy, 4-2, gets it to fall. Immediately responding are the Cardinals.
Dowdy's just been strong all game, Julian. It doesn't seem like the Greyhounds have an answer for him. A really impressive performance by him.
Brandon Madison going inside, lofting it up with one hand, inbounded by the Cardinals here. They get it to Dowdy, who hands it right off and slamming it down at the other end. Number 10, Brendan Adams.
And that's how you end that drive with an exclamation point, Julian. Slamming it down with authority. Gorilla slam right there. Great job by him as he shakes that backboard. Love to see a little bit of a energetic slam in the game.
Donald Duncan now. Duncan bringing it across midcourt. Brandon Madison to Drew Ehrlich, who's looking for 3, and Ehrlich cannot get it to fall. Falls into the hands of an awaiting Donald Duncan, who puts it up for 2. Near side now, Curtis. They go back to the top of the arc with Brendan Adams. Flip it to number 13, Justin Lewis, and now back to Adams. Guarded by Drew Ehrlich. He puts it up for 3. Cannot get it to fall. It's tipped away. Now here's Dowdy. Driving inside, putting it up with one hand. Cannot get it to fall. It falls away from the rim. Bouncing around there. There's a bit of a scrum for it. There's the foul issued.
Again, just Calvert Hall attacking the rim, doing a great job of boxing out Greyhounds and getting those easy rebounds. Then they work the ball around for an open shot. That's been their strategy all game. It's been working. Gilman hasn't been able to stop these guys from getting their own rebounds.
Kieran Sandy tips away the inbound. It's recovered by the Cardinals, taken the other way. And on the drive, the foul is issued. And it looks like this would be a foul going up for a shot, so he will have an opportunity from the line.
Ehrlich's getting frustrated. He keeps trying to draw that foul. He's getting run over pretty badly here, just not able to get it.
And now this ball is going to go the other way. Inbounding it for Gilman will be Donald Duncan.
His first. Team's first.
Jalen Rucker now on the drive against Dowdy, puts it up, cannot get it to fall. Going right back to the Cardinals. 45-29 now. Drive inside the paint. It flies high in the air over towards the far side, and it'll be headed the other direction.
You know, Julian, I have an inkling on what his favorite candy might be.
Please tell me.
Butterfingers.
Oh, goodness.
Slips that way from right there. No, it's not a mistake to make. Get all sweaty, and your hands all sweaty, and the ball's all sweaty, and just slides off like butter.
That one goes out of bounds on the near side. 4:44 to go in this third quarter of play. Here's the pass inside now, going up for the bucket. Cannot get it to fall. Drew Ehrlich there for the rebound for Gilman. Now Brandon Madison. This is going to go the other way off the offensive foul.
It's just Jalen Rucker trying to create some separation for an open shot. It's going to push the guy a little bit, and that'll draw a foul. Gilman was really hoping to come out of that break with a little bit more confidence and try to work their way back into this game. That hasn't really panned out as the lead has only just continued to grow for this Calvert Hall Cardinal team.
Going down the court here, Dowdy gives it off near side. Cardinals trying to set up the offense, up 45-29. Bouncing close dribble to the ground, putting up to the rim, and this one falls in after a moment. This one's starting to get away from the Greyhounds. 47-29 your score. Ehrlich puts it for three, no good. Sandy trying for the rebound, can't get it. Taking the other way, here's the drive. High in the air, and it goes to Jalen Rucker now. Rucker taking it himself, he loses the ball, and there's the foul.
Doesn't seem like anyone can get a handle on this ball. Julian's been slipping up and sliding all around. I don't know, they might need to put some adhesive on it just to keep it in the player's hands.
So here is Jalen Rucker from the charity stripe. 3:43 to go in the third quarter.
His first, team's second. At the line for Gilman, with 2 shots, is Jalen Rucker.
Rucker's first is good. Gilman reaching that 30 mark, down 17. 47-30 your score. And that is good. 47-31.
He replaces Jalen Rucker.
Brandon Willis will sub out for Jalen Rucker. Going to give him a breather.
And the Cardinals with it now. Here's Dowdy. Near side they go, looking for three and knocking it down for the triple. Brennan Adams.
It's been a sight to see all game. Him playing so well. Just an impressive shot right there outside. He's been rebounding inside and hitting threes outside, and that's what you call a total performance right there, Jules.
He will go up for 2 here off the foul. Mike Willis from the line. Gilman down 19 points.
Calvert Hall fouls number 4, Logan Curtis, his second, team's third. At the line for the Greyhounds is number 0, Michael Willis. He shoots 2.
And that is good from Mike Willis, 50-32.
Number 23, Will Harris. He replaces Jim Ehrlich. And returning from the Hall, number 21, Vincent Adolfino. He replaces Logan Curtis.
Has been the game that Gilman's been hoping for so far, down by a pretty sizable lead, but it's not impossible for these Greyhounds to work back, and we've seen them play pretty good in the closing end of the close of certain games, Julian. We know that they can fight back.
So here the Cardinals bring it down to court. 50-32 your score. Dowdy stepping back at the top of the arc. He gives it off Briggs. Briggs driving inside. It's tipped, and Will Harris fighting for it, but Briggs gets it back. Dowdy now at the top of the arc. Adolfino looking for 3. No good, off the mark. Will Harris now to Brandon Madison on the near side. They work it to Mike Willis. Willis taking a few steps back. Bounce pass. This one's intercepted, broken up. Goes to Adolfino.
Ill-advised pass by Will Harris, just trying to do a little dump off to Brandon Willis and not getting it there, just a little bit too overeager.
Here's the pass near side. Dowdy with a wide open look. No good. Gilman gets the rebound, taking it back the other way, down 18 points. Here it goes, back to the Cardinals.
See what he's got.
Putting it up, uncontested.
Just a layup, though. I was hoping he was able to make some sort of impressive dunk, but needs to get a little more height before he can consider making some of those interesting and exciting dunks. But he had the whole court to himself with no Gilman player within sight.
52-32. Brandon Madison putting up a 3. That one falls for Gilman, cutting the deficit to 17. 1:44 to go in the third quarter here on Greyhound TV. I am Julian Barron alongside Nathan Heinlein. Adafina. Pass to the top. Here's the drive, turning around, giving it back to Adafina. Gets it off the rim, no good. Rebounded over to Will Harris now for the Greyhounds, who's looking to give it off, and he does, to Brandon Madison. Madison looking for another three. This one does not find the rim. They're going to say it went out of bounds, and it's going to go the way of the Cardinals.
You can't blame him for pulling up and trying that deep three, Julian, with their Hounds down by such a significant margin so early. You know, you just kind of want to throw it up and hope it falls, and you can get a string of threes put together in a hurry. You might be able to turn the tide in this game.
So here's a timeout called by Gilman. 1:13 to go in the third quarter. And Calvert Hall has certainly dominated this one so far. Mr. Owen Daly of the Greyhounds trying to formulate a way to get the Greyhounds back in this one. Certainly a tall order, but not impossible against a very good Calvert Hall team.
Yeah, it's going to be, an uphill battle, Julian. If the Hounds have been in one position all year, and it's been that, where they've had these tough uphill battles where they need to constantly fight back just because they weren't able to get a nice little lead early. So the Hounds aren't unused to this position they're in right now. They've been in it for most of the year, so, this isn't the territory that they have not found themselves in.
1:13 to go in the third quarter. 52-35 your score. Near side now, they work it. About a minute to go in the third quarter. They go up to the basket. He is fouled, and he gets the bucket. Just seems like every single time the Greyhounds chip away at this lead, the Cardinals come right back.
Yeah, and 3 for the price of 2 right there off the foul. Just what Calvert Hall was looking for, to make it a 3-point swing. Their offense has been really tough for the Greyhounds to stop, and when you can't stop their opponent's offense, you'll see them start to walk away with a nice lead here. And Calvert Hall has definitely a lot of playmakers to build up this lead. It just hasn't been Gilman's day in terms of stopping these guys from putting points on the board.
Brandon Madison now bringing it down the court. It's intercepted by the Cardinals, goes the other way, flipped up in the air, coming back, trying to put it up, uncontested, but he cannot maintain his footing. He goes out of bounds. 51 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, looks like he lost his footing there, and just a little bit of a too slick of a surface for him to be running down. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get a handle on it for the Calvert Hall Cardinals, but those aren't points that they're going to miss too much.
Here is Jalen Rucker. Kicking it back now. The Greyhounds looking for a way to the basket. Gives it off Rucker. Rucker, bounce pass Kieran Sandy. And the foul is called.
Really impressive bounce pass by Jalen Rucker. Just squeezed in between 2 Calvert Hall Cardinals. Got it to Kieran Sandy. Gilman has had one positive here. It would be they've had some pretty good ball movement out throughout the entire game. That's one thing that you can build off of.
Here's the drive to the bucket. Jalen Rucker, a beautiful move. Here's Briggs now for Calvert Hall, looking for the last shot of the third quarter. Guarded by Will Harris.
Certainly no rush here, just trying to slow this one down. Let's see what kind of moves he can make here.
Briggs puts it up and gets it to go. And the drive by Briggs is going to end the quarter.
You could wait around for a 3, or you could just drive into an open lane and take a free 2 points after the Greyhounds kind of laid out for them right there.
56-37 your score. Going into the fourth quarter, the Greyhounds down significantly, and I think any spectator would probably say that this is a lost cause, but we all know that the Greyhounds have a will to fight, and hopefully, as we head into the fourth quarter for Greyhounds fans, they'll be able to find a way to muster up that strength and work their way back in the scoreboard.
Yeah, you just got to keep your head up and worry about drive to drive, just work in transition, do all the things you can, and as I said, play good small ball, play all your play with good technical skills, and make the pass you need to, play smart. That's all you can ask of your players right now, down by this considerable margin right now. If you're Gilman, you just want to stay positive and just try to play as well as you can for the remainder of this quarter. Don't walk away with anything that you regret. but I think, with the score the way it is kind of out of consideration for a comeback. If there would be a comeback, it'd have to be pretty spectacular. So, again, I ask you, Julian, do you believe in miracles?
I do. Do you, Nathan?
Yes, of course I do. I believe in miracles, Julian. Let's see if we have one out here tonight in Calvert Hall.
56-37. It's a wide margin, but not an insurmountable one. And it's going to take a lot of work. Jalen Rucker goes in for it, and the foul is issued on the reach-in.
And that certainly won't help, Julian.
It will not.
Gilman fouls number 3, Jalen Rucker.
This will be an inbound for the Cardinals. A fresh shot clock. Inbounded over. And the Cardinals bring it across midcourt. Here's the drive now. Daugherty looking for it. He puts it up. Cannot get it to fall. Didn't even hit the rim. It goes out of bounds, and Gilman's going to get it right back. Hopefully the start of something good here.
Yeah, that was an instance of precision as opposed to accuracy. The ball was on target, but just not where he wanted it to be, that being in the bucket.
Rucker now. Driving down court. Rucker looking for somewhere to go with it. He takes it himself, puts it up, off the glass, gets the foul and the bucket.
And most impressively, there was just a sea of Cardinals right there that he shot that over. So just a good loft by him, getting it over just that crowd of players who were much taller than him and sinking it right into that bucket.
7:37 to go in the fourth quarter here, as we've just begun the last quarter of play. Jalen Rucker now trying to make it 40 for the Greyhounds. And he does. Full court press here from Gilman. Just trying to get something done, get a turnover maybe. Here's the pass inside, looking to penetrate. They go far side now. Daugherty driving in the paint, loses it. Jalen Rucker now bringing it up the other end. Rucker kicks it out, looking for a wide open three, and it does not fall. Pops off of Kieran Sandy. Will Harris is there. And we have a stoppage. Looks like a player is down on the left side of the court.
It doesn't look that good either. He's in a serious amount of pain.
An injury over there on the opposite end. Deontay Doughty is down at the Calvert Hall Text.
That's a real shame. He's been having a real great game so far. You hate to see that for both teams in any instance. So here's Greyhound TV wishing him the best, and hopefully he'll be able to recover.
Absolutely, as we just take a moment here where the trainers are attending to Doughty, who is down on the court, certainly writhing in pain. No indication yet as to where exactly he may be injured, but he is down. And it looks like perhaps maybe family members or friends go down as well. And we are going to step away for just one moment here on Greyhound TV as they attend to the injuries of Deontay Doughty. And welcome back here on Greyhound TV. Deontay Dowdy being helped off the court on the near side. Looks like he's able to walk when helped on each side. So we were certainly hoping the best for him.
What's really unfortunate about that injury is he just came back from a 2.5-month thumb injury. It is his senior year. So, of course, hoping the best here from Greyhound TV. Really unfortunate to see that.
Kieran Sandy on the drive, loses the ball, and it's going back the other way. Here's Brendan Adams, who puts it up and gets it for 2. Jalen Rucker. Rucker driving down the court and looking for a basket. He's fouled. 6:44 to go until the end of this one in the fourth quarter. It's going to be an opportunity for 2 here for Jalen Rucker. We're going to have substitutions. Donald Duncan and Mike Willis both come in. Checking out, you've got Kieran Sandy as well. Here's the pass near side. Jalen Rucker with it now. Rucker at the top of the arc looking to drive. He kicks it out. Donald Duncan. Duncan lowering the head, spinning, passing near side. Mike Willis loses the ball, and it's going to go to the Cardinals.
And the Greyhounds were just looking for some separation on that play, unable to find it. Donald Duncan and Jalen Rucker were just working really hard, hoping that something would open up. Good job by Calvert Hall, keeping a really strong defense in there.
Here's Adams. Guarded by Jalen Rucker, passes near side. Briggs looking for 3, cannot get it to fall. Greyhounds look for the rebound, but they cannot get it. And it's going to go through for 2 for Calvert Hall, and this is where things start to get ugly. 20 points between these two teams as Brandon Madison tries quickly to get it to go. Falls into the arms of a Cardinal. Off the roll, they've got it. Here's the pass to Briggs. Briggs gives it off. The foul is issued. It's going to be no bucket, but an opportunity for 2 for Briggs.
Julian, we're going to, for the remainder of this broadcast, keep a positive tone on everything. We're going to look at it's going to be a glass half full kind of broadcast for the rest of it.
It's probably a good way to look at it when you're down by 20 points.
Hey, that's not helping. Let's remain positive throughout the whole game. Let's not worry about that stuff. Let's just be nice and cheery because there has been some good things going on. Calvert Hall is playing really well, and some of the Gilman players have had a few points here and there. So there's some takeaways. Let's not be too negative.
Jalen Rucker now on the far side, stepping beyond the arc, now driving in, taking the mid-range jumper. That cannot fall. Will Harris goes for the rebound. They're going to stop play here off the foul. It's going to be 2 shots because of the foul committed by Will Harris. Or rather, no, it's going to be Will Harris going to the line because he was held. Correction.
Darby's going to go in for Donald Duncan. Substitution there, going to save him for the remainder of this game, probably when he gets closer to a finish.
Tipped up in the air. Mike Willis has it now. Now Will Harris putting it up and getting it off the glass.
It's a great move by Will Harris in there with a little head fake and then finishing off that drive with an exclamation point. Great job by him.
Here comes Adams, guarded by Jalen Rucker. Kicks it out now. Still beyond the arc. A bounce pass that goes errant. It's going to go out of bounds, and Gilman's going to get it back.
Maybe we were smelling the inkling of a comeback, Julian.
Maybe.
18-point swing with 5 minutes left. Are you feeling it?
I'm feeling it, Nathan. How about you?
I'm feeling it. Oh, with the 3.
Here's the shot for 3. That one is drained. And it's going to be, yes, it's indeed going to be 3 points. 15 now the margin.
Here we go. Good shot by Michael Willis. Just a beautiful 3 right in the Drew Ehrlich hot corner.
Now they kick it out far side. Once again, it goes errant. Here we go for the Greyhounds. Jalen Rucker bringing it back, putting it up off the glass. Cannot get it to fall. Oh, my goodness. That looked like it was a gimme, but it wasn't. It's intercepted now. Charlie Darby. Darby pass inside the paint. It goes wide. Darby right there to get it. Willis thinking about a 3, but takes a moment and waits up.
A crazy kind of just course of events right there. Just so many opportunities to score for the Greyhounds, unable to, though.
Brandon Madison over to Jalen Rucker. Rucker looking for the triple. Cannot get it to fall, but Brandon Madison there on the rebound off the miss.
Jalen Rucker really beating himself up where they're missing the layup. I noticed that he was just kind of overrunning it a bit, looking to see if there's anyone behind him.
And there's the shot. That one goes through. 13-point game.
And so we're seeing them fight back into it, Julian. 13 points actually isn't that bad with 4 minutes remaining. You know, that's definitely still an opportunity for them to come back. If there was one statistic, I think, though, that would kind of represent Gilman's frustration at their shots just not falling, is Derrick's 0 for 5, and he's usually one of the best shooters on this Gilman team. You know, just some players not finding their mark. You know, for the most part, it just doesn't seem like this was their game today.
And it's 60-47 now, 13 points, 4:06 to go, and if you're Gilman, you certainly aren't feeling fantastic about the situation, but there's always something that can be done, and they're going to continue to try and fight their way back, maybe try and capitalize off of some
A little bit of power here. I think, are we back?
Yes, we're back. We're back.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit of a power shortage there, but we're right back. Here's Briggs with a rebound. Sorry about that one, folks. That hasn't happened to us in a while.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a hiccup right there. Sorry about that. Very un-GTV of us to have a random power surge or power outage. But it's all good now. We're all back. And speaking of power outages, Greyhound team needs to correct their power outage, as we just did, and get their offense really surging ahead.
And there's the miss, but they put it right back for 2.
For Justin Lewis. Heinlein 62-47.
Gilman trying to respond. Brandon Madison now. Kicks it out to Will Harris, who's looking for 3, cannot get it to fall. Brought in by the Cardinals with 2:56 to go. Near side now.
Good defense by Charlie Darby and Will Harris.
They're fighting for it. And we're going to have a timeout called here.
Gilman just clawing their way back into this game. They've shortened the deficit by a pretty considerable margin, but there's still even more of a margin left to go with 2:36 remaining on the clock. Coach Owen Daly in there giving these guys a pep talk, seeing if they can close out this game strong.
And that's what it's all about, Nathan. Even when you're down by so much, just being able to consistently put some points on the board, make sure you're not completely demoralized, and keeping it going, continue fighting.
I mean, yeah, just keep playing your game. Don't worry about the score. Just go off and play as strong as you can for the remainder of this game. Don't let the score difference really get in your head. Just kind of play strong throughout the rest of this one.
Jalen Rucker now. Rucker driving inside the arc, putting it up with one hand, and not able to get it to fall as we near the 2-minute mark in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he certainly is frustrated. That's the second miss laying the ball up there. So, he's a very consistent and one of the best shooters on this Gilman Greyhound team. So definitely upset about those 2 instances where he thought he had easy points.
Top of the arc now, drive inside, kick it out, looking for the 3. He does not get it to fall. Pops high in the air. Under 2 minutes to go now. Far side, thought about a 3, drives inside. Again thinking about a 3. Stepping inside the arc, the line drive shot is off the mark. Now we have a stoppage. It's going to go the way of the Greyhounds as we have, looks like Jalen Rucker standing over there.
Now, thinking about this strategically, Julian, if they get the ball, score a 3, get a steal, score a 3, and a few more of that, then we may have a close game there. But we're hoping for, I guess, just in sort of insane play at this point. It does look like this game's got away from the Greyhounds. However, I think, the positive takeaway, that some players had some pretty strong performances. I thought Donald Duncan was pretty consistent throughout the entire game. And some of the players that got subbed in, I thought did their part. Will Harris was a nice piece down below, had a couple good plays. So, if you're Gilman, you just kind of want to not lose momentum going into the rest of your season. Don't treat this like a roadblock. Teach this as a learning moment, address it in practice, and then come back next week a lot stronger. And, I think these guys are capable of doing that.
So now the score is 62-49 with 1:45 to go. Briggs will inbound. So here's Adams driving now inside the arc, puts it up, cannot get it, doesn't even touch the rim. Adams gets it again now in the near corner, puts it inside the paint. They're going to say no bucket. But there is a foul, and this will send Calvert Hall to the line.
And it looks like we're seeing the Calvert Hall cheering section, the Red Sea, as it's called.
Yes.
Because of Calvert Hall.
But the Red Sea, yes, of course. Not SEA.
I love a little bit of wordplay, Julian.
That's right.
So as they sort of depart, they feel that this game has already been won.
And that is probably true, unless we see one of the more miraculous comebacks we've had here on Earth.
Yeah. Don't count them out yet, though, Julian. Don't count them out. Well, when you do see your stat guy checking his email, it's not usually a good thing.
Yeah, it really does seem like the life has been sucked out of this arena, at least on the Gilman side to our right. This one goes through. It's 63-49.
Glass half full, Julian. Glass half full. Come on. Hang with me here.
That's good, and Brandon Madison now brings it back, giving it over to Jalen Rucker with 1:21 to go in the fourth quarter here on Greyhound TV. This one put up, no good. Can't find the rim there, Alex Bauman. 1:12 now. 15-point deficit for the Greyhounds. Timeout called by Calvert Hall. .107 to go until the end of this one. Thank you for joining us here tonight on Greyhound TV. I am Julian Barron alongside Nathan Heinlein. I don't think we've had an opportunity in what has been a pretty quick game to shout out our crew. We have Matt Katz over here on stats, Cesare Kikanti on the camera. We have Derrick Thompson and Essex Thayer working in our control booth on the...
In the John Ball cave.
That's
without
right.
A John Ball.
That's right.
Two other guys have to make up one John Ball when he's not here, just to let you know.
Running the scoreboard and the switcher over to our left, and then you have Will Rende down on the camera.
The loneliest camera in the world.
It really is.
Corner of the Calvert Hall Stadium over there by himself, feeling so lonesome.
Over on the wall to our right. So now it looks like some guys that wouldn't normally get a bunch of playing time are going to come in and finish out this one for both teams. That shot off the mark.
We do have Ronald, who is a GTV member, now handling the ball. So
we do.
Shows us our prestige right there when you have a guy who usually is behind the scenes out in the spotlight.
Just as skillful here on Greyhound TV as he is on the court. Here's Ronald Fisher now, speak of the devil. Oh, great move there. Right back to Ronald Fisher, who puts it up, cannot find the rim. The loft in the air and tap off the glass is good for two.
That's just impressive right there. That was Peyton Manning couldn't have put it on any better of a position right there, just up and in. Beautiful shot.
Here's the drive. He loses the ball. Alex Bauman there to get it for Gilman. The shot clock is off. Ronald Fisher stepping back, trying for the long range two. No good. Phillipou tries to go in to get it, but he can't. And the Cardinals may just try and run this one out. With 10 seconds, down to 7, 6-5 here on Greyhound TV. The Greyhounds fall to the Cardinals 66-49 on Monday night. And it's certainly not what you'd like to see as a Greyhounds fan. But you got to hand it to the Cardinals. They were just absolutely dominating the whole time.
They played really well, Julian. There's no way of saying it other than that. They had a strong game throughout. They play well on every single facet of the game. Gilman's going to take this as a good learning experience. When you play against tougher teams, you learn from these games. And I think Gilman's going to come out a lot stronger their next game, which will be here on Greyhound TV. Julian, if you want to give the details, are you sure exactly when it is?
Yes, we'll be right back here on Greyhound TV next Monday against Mount St. Joe at home. So be sure to tune into that one. And for everybody here at Greyhound TV, we want to thank you for joining us here tonight. You really make it possible, the viewers do, and we really do enjoy bringing it to you. So for our entire fantastic crew here at Calvert Hall College High School, I am Julian Barron alongside Nathan Heinlein saying thank you, have a great week, and we'll see you next week on Greyhound TV.